Yeah.
I'm wearing glasses since that picture was taken. Thank you, Deb, so much, and to the Nebraska Head Start Association. And thank you, Donna, for your letters of nomination and fabulous directions about this celebration today. Congratulations to everyone in the room on this historic 50th anniversary celebration for Head Start. Well, as Sharon and Marcia both indicated in their remarks, when Deb, as president of the Nebraska Head Start Association, emailed me in March with the news of my nomination, yes, I was speechless too. I was just dumbfounded. It's such an unexpected and wonderful honor, as both of you have previously said, to receive from... I have actually rehearsed this speech. And this did not happen in front of my mirror. So, I am so proud to have the opportunity to be selected. I apologize, people.
Don't apologize.
To represent Nebraska, and thrilled to be recognized among the outstanding state and regional leaders here today. And every one of you in this room is one of those leaders, and I would really like to applaud you and acknowledge you for all the work that you have done. Well, I have loved working with Head Start from the very beginning in every capacity. Yes, it's been since 1979. That has been 36 years, which seems unbelievable. I consider you among the best of friends, leaders, and advocates for young children and their families. I do remember, and I was telling Deb about this, I remember the very first Nebraska training and meeting that we had together in about 1979. We were in Kearney, on what's now the University of Nebraska Kearney campus, where the Head Start program was located at that time. Mary Brotherson Mitchell, a name from the past, was then the Region 7 RAP director, as it was known, and I was the new Early Childhood Special Ed coordinator at the Nebraska Department of Education. And some of you were there too, my friends from Nebraska, and we have continued to build our work together through all these years, which is amazing. Carol Durmeyer and Barbara Lawrence, who is so fabulously here today. That is just such a treat. I can't begin to tell you. Who some of you will remember, both Carol and Barbara followed in Mary Jane's footsteps at Region 7 RAP in the regional office, and it's a delight to see Tom Meyer here today and others. I recognize other faces, folks I haven't seen in quite some time. Carol went on to be an administrator of the Kansas Department of Education. Now, some of you who may not have been around for quite that long wonder what was RAP. Some of you remember RAP?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I love RAP. I love
Ugly
that.
Green Station.
RAP is the acronym for the Resource Access Project. And the specific purpose of the RAP was to work with the Early Childhood Special Education Coordinator in each of our state departments of education to support integrated program and policy development on behalf of young children with disabilities, to support inclusive programs and practices, and joint professional development and partnerships between school districts, school district programs, and Head Start programs, serving preschoolers with disabilities and their families. And it has been a remarkable and wonderful, phenomenal success and tremendous work that the Head Start programs in Nebraska and the school districts have continued on through all these years. Since our partnership between school districts and Head Starts began in 1979, as Deb mentioned, when Nebraska state law gave school districts the responsibility for providing special education-related services to children with disabilities beginning at birth or date of diagnosis. So we've been in that birth to 5 business together for a long time. And of course, since then, although the structure of regional Head Start supports and resources has been redefined several times, we continue to focus together on the development and expansion of high-quality, inclusive programs for all children birth to age 5. And it's so fun to hear that from Anne, that the new grants will be focused birth to 5, because it is so critically important that we have seamless systems in place to support children and families and to support the staff and the programs with each other. And of course, Early Head Start was born in 1994. 6 intensive programs for infants and toddlers in Nebraska were added in the 2000s. So we've come a long way in these, these 50 years and then in these 30-something plus years. Our professional development and resource networks have grown and become more integrated with each other through statewide support of Planning Region Team grants and Early Learning Connection networks. QRIS has come into the federal picture and into all the states. Nebraska just has it's new for us in our state. We just launched our QRIS called Step Up to Quality initiative last July. Some of the rest of you have been in that implementation for some time now. The NCQTL initiative is another fantastic opportunity for partnership, and that has been a tremendous boost to programs and staff. Now, in a very exciting new development that just happened about 3 weeks ago, and some of you have probably seen it, but on May 15th, the U.S. Departments of Education and Health and Human Services issued a draft policy statement on including young children with disabilities in high-quality early childhood programs. Have some of you seen that? Have you seen that yet? Well, as I say, it's barely 3 weeks ago, just announced. And in that policy statement, early childhood programs are defined as those that provide early care and education to children birth through age 5, where the majority of children in the program are typically developing. That's what we call a regular early childhood program. These include, but are not limited to, private or publicly funded center or family-based child care, Early Head Start, private school, and public school and community-based pre-kindergarten programs. It's very easy to find it, by the way. This draft statement, you can just Google. Okay, I'll just hold. I do this all the time. You in Nebraska know this, right? Just Google Joint Policy Statement on Inclusion, and it will pop right up. It is a 16-page policy statement with a 5-page executive summary, which is a very strong call to action for state and local program leadership. There are 9 specific strategies, action steps that are outlined for state leadership, and 8 specific strategies outlined for local and community program leadership. It was announced at the National Early Childhood Inclusion Conference in Chapel Hill on May 12th by administrators from those 3 offices. And I'm going to name them because I think they have quite a remarkable partnership. Amanda Bryans for Head Start, Ruth Ryder for Special Education, and Libby Doggett for Early Learning. And of course there was wild and thunderous applause for all of them when they announced the issuing of this policy statement. And what was particularly fascinating and powerful to me about this panel was seeing these 3 leaders from each of those offices in federal government being so personally comfortable working together and clearly so deeply committed to the effort. It was clear that they have known each other and worked together very closely since they have come to their leadership positions in government. And even better, they like each other. And I say that because, and now I reflect back on our work in Nebraska, no matter what, it's all about relationships. And we all know that. The work we've accomplished together so far, whether it's been 36 years or 45 years or 6 months, comes from the strength and power of positive personal relationships that each of us needs to seek to establish, mutually nurture, purposely attend to, respect, and value. We didn't begin our work together in 1979 and don't do it now because we have to. Oh, maybe sometimes we felt like we had to, but on the whole, it's because we want to, because we're all on the same page.